Hey everyone, I thought I would do a get ready with me video because I haven't done one in a really long time. And so I thought, taking it back to basics, I did an oil treatment this morning. I washed with the volumizing line and I used the replenish mask because my hair needed a little extra TLC, I thought. And now, all I did was comb it out. I'm gonna first off add my Rejuva beads. A couple pumps for each side because my hair is long and quite thick. So it's going to go from about the earlobes down. And just really smush it into those ends because of course this is our split end mender. So it's actually going to help use ionic technology to pull those splits back together again. So goodbye frayed, dried, gnarly looking ends. Also going to help with micro damage along the hair shaft as well. So when those cuticles get damaged, they can start to kind of look really rough and cause a lot of grief in the form of tangles and just frizz. This is going to help with that as well. And did you know that our Rejuva Beads has actually won many awards? It gets nominated in many beauty categories because no one else has anything like this product. It is patent pending and it contains our Rejuvenique oil. It was developed by world-renowned scientists and doctors and people who are experts in the field of hair loss, nutrition. We have incredible minds behind this product line. All right. So next thing, first off, I should say, you want to wait a minute before you put anything else on over top of the Rejuva beads. So sometimes what I do is just grab the wide tooth comb and just kind of comb through, just make sure there's no tangles left in my hair. And usually once you've applied the Rejuva beads, that comb should just go through your hair like a hot knife through butter. There we go. Now, decide how I should do my hair today. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the deeper side part. I'm gonna take our Reshape Root Lifter. This is what comes with our volumizing line. And it's gonna give some volume when applied at the scalp. So with all of our products, a little goes a long way. Just a few squirts in and then you can kind of use your fingers to distribute it through. Put just a little bit at the back in the crown. And same thing, just distribute with my fingers. Now here's 3 of my favorite products, and what I do is I cocktail them so that I'm not just layering and taking all this time. I like to take our blowout cream and put just a tiny little dollop, pea-sized amount, and then I'm going to take our Restore Leave-In Conditioner and I'm going to put a couple pumps of that one, and then, bear with me, our Rejuvenique oil. So this one is almost done. Just got a couple drops of that in there. And then I just mix it really well in my hands. And then I'll start applying from the ears down because you don't want to put a bunch of product up near the roots. I'll wait until most of the product is off my hands before I then kind of pull it through that top zone there. Now the blowout cream, I've actually had that one now, I want to say close to 1.5 years, and it's almost at its very end. So I use that cream on almost every single client that comes in because if I do a blow dry on them, I want to give them that heat protection. It's going to help with hold, it's going to give some extra shine to the hair because of course it's got the Rejuvenique oil right in it. And I always add a little extra because I'm just a little extra like that. And then the leave-in conditioner is just going to help give a little bit more moisture to the hair, which here in Alberta, we need the extra moisture. Okay, now that that's pulled all the way through, I'm going to take my blow dryer. And let's see here. I like this round brush because it's got the boar bristles in it. And first off though, I'm just going to rough dry my hair. And I always dry in the opposite direction I want it to lay. That's going to give you more volume at the root. Another tip is to always direct your nozzle down towards the ends of your hair. You never want to be blowing it up this way because that's just going to rough up your cuticle. So blowing it downwards means your cuticle dries nice and flat, so your hair will be much shinier, less tanglier, just more manageable all around. So again, I'm drawing towards the ends, just getting a little lift on this side. And I'm blowing it opposite the way I want it to fall, so that I have that lift at the root. Before I use my brush, I want to make sure my hair is about 80 to 90% dry. The brush is more just for finishing, for smoothing. If you start round brushing your hair when it's sopping wet, you'll be at it forever, for one thing. Plus, it'll cause too much tension on the hair. And when your hair's wet, it stretches a lot further than it will when it's dry, and you can actually overstretch it to the point where your hair will just start snapping off because you basically you've damaged the elasticity of your hair. And I apologize, I have a lot of hair, so blow drying is not a quick thing for me. It's probably the part I least enjoy about getting ready. I have to tell you guys though, before I started using Monate, I washed my hair every single day. I washed and dried and styled it every day. I couldn't even stand day 2 hair. My hair was so... it just had no life to it. It was greasy, it was dull. The only day I liked was wash day, because then my hair actually had some bounce. Since I've started using Monate, I can actually go 3-4 days easy without washing. I don't love my hair on day 4, but I can do it. But just the difference that this line has made in the oil production of my own natural oils, it's decreased it. It's slowed it down basically, which is a good thing. See, I was not doing myself any favors by washing it every day because then my body went into overactive oil production. Okay, it's starting to feel pretty close to dry. Let's see, one more time on this side. Now, I'm a really lazy round brusher, and you'll see what I mean in a second here. I do this part standing up. So I'm going to just bring my stand over here, and hopefully you can see what I do. So I make sure that my heat setting is on the medium heat. I don't want it too hot for this part. So medium heat. Put it back on, and I'm gonna flip my head, I'm gonna flip my head over. So, just like so. Hopefully you can see this. See, I'm just concentrating on the mids and ends. Nozzle always facing the ends of my hair, so I'm really smoothing it down. All dry. Feel it with my fingers and make sure. Now lastly, I'm going to take that cool shot button, I'm going to hold it down, and I'm just going to cool down the hair. So this helps to seal that cuticle shut. It helps to keep the volume, because you're actually cooling the hair standing up away from the scalp. There. So once it feels cool to the touch, you know it's done. All right, back to sit down over here. Now, look at all that volume and shine. Brush. Make sure there's no tangles in there, which there shouldn't be too much of. Always get a few tangles from that hair at the neck underneath. Always, always. All right. So, what should I do for styling? Put you back a little bit further. Okay. So the hair is actually laying very nice and smooth. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of hard with this lighting. But that's some pretty smooth hair. Don't really need to do a lot with it. I might just use my curling iron and curl the ends just a little bit. Okay, curling iron is turned on and heating up. And I put it on the cooler setting because I don't want a lot of heat on my ends. Okay, so now, let's see, going 15 minutes. So I'm gonna do just my quick makeup routine. I don't like to spend a lot of time putting makeup on. Quite minimal that way. So I use this primer from MAC. I quite like it. It works pretty well for me. I haven't really tried a lot of other things, so I can't compare it, but I like to just cover my hair so I don't get my hair wet with it, but I've already washed and moisturized. So the primer goes on first, and then I'm not fancy with brushes. I have brushes, but can't be bothered. So I'm just using my MAC foundation, and I buy these little puff things from Sally's, and I usually replace them every few weeks. So try not to use a dirty one for too long. Plus they always seem to apply so much nicer when they're nice and fluffy and fresh. So I just took this one out of the package a couple days ago. Now, I'm close to being done this foundation, and I'm really looking forward to being done it because I'm going to order the Lime Life foundation and concealers next. I have a bunch of their products, and it's an absolutely fantastic line. I'm going to use their eyeshadow. Now, I've got just some really neutral colors in it, and I take the lightest pink one. And I have to look in my mirror when I do this because I can't see it in the phone. And I just spread it all across the lid. And because I'm honestly too lazy to wear concealer most days, I find that because I have these dark circles that always seem to shine, reflect light off of, I like to just pat it down in there, and I find it just neutralizes it enough. I mean, it obviously doesn't look like I'm wearing concealer, but it helps neutralize it, right? So then I take just the next kind of the medium mid-brown, and this is all I do on days that I'm not too fancy, is I just pat it and blend it up a bit. Simple, easy. I don't need to do anything else with my eyes, I don't think. I just got my lashes done not that long ago, so I think they just need a little bit of fluffing. And typically, when my eyelashes are freshly done, I don't even bother with eyeliner. Let's see. Okay. I use the MAC. Ooh, what is this one? It's just called Brune Satin Finish. This is my eyebrow powder, and I just use this straight brush. I had a better one and I ended up wrecking it, so I switched to this one and it's fine. It works. I'm flexible. Now, honestly, I don't know if I can do it in the thing. I'll try. But no, it's too hard. I can't see all the fine details. So I'm gonna point you at my mirror and see if that works. So I just use very fine strokes and just fill in my brows. I did have them microbladed, but that was a while ago and it's faded quite a bit. You can still see the strokes, but they're faded. But the nice thing is that they still help give me that template of where to fill in. And there's not really anything too fancy about the way I do it. I just try to make sure they look even. The thickness and the arch. I tend to get one more arched than the other sometimes. And it's really hard with that light glaring off my face, but I think that looks okay. It's okay. Yep. Now, I'm just gonna take this brush and just kind of lightly brush it, and that kind of helps blend it a bit better too. Tame those hairs as well. Now, let's see. I did not do blush yet, so I have a really nice blush from Lime Life as well, and this one's just kind of like a goldy rose. Like, it's really pretty. I don't even know what the name of it is, but I quite like this one. And I'll be honest, I'm not the best when it comes to putting on blush. I try to just put it above that hollow and just up along the cheekbone. I'm no makeup artist. Just disregard. If I'm doing it wrong, disregard. Now, I don't usually do like the highlighter contour thing, but I think I might just put a smidge of highlighter on. Just that top part of the cheekbone. Because I find it just adds a little life to the face. I do have this bronzer that if I put it in that hollow part, it does kind of lift up my face. Sometimes I'll just kind of bronze just around the frame of my face. But just make sure you blend it really well if you do that. Looks all right. Can't complain. I might just take, I have this one, is just a little bit shimmery, and I might just do one little light shimmer layer over, just to kind of brighten up my eyes a little bit. There. I think that looks good. It's good enough. I don't think I have any lipsticks in here. I think they're all in my purse. So no lipstick, but that's okay. Now, I've got to leave in 4 minutes. Oh dear. Okay, so that was probably very unflattering, and I'm sorry, but too bad. When I curl my hair and I'm in a rush, I do it in 2 sections. So I take this whole top section up and I pin it out of the way, or clip it, I should say. Always, 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 before you do any heat styling, just make sure there's no tangles in the hair. Otherwise you end up with issues with the end result, and it's just not as easy to do. Okay. So I have my 1 1/4 inch barrel ready to go. And I'm going to take a fairly large section. Like, see how much hair? And I'm just going to do just that little bottom piece. Like, my hair is already feeling really smooth. It looks very shiny. So I just want it to have a little bit of that finish, polish look to it. Otherwise, I probably would have just left it, but yeah. So we're getting ready to go to the Kingdom Hall. I like it to look a little bit more pretty and polished. Sure. All right. Last section, or I should say last curl on this section. Okay. We should know by now that you always let the curls cool, right, before you brush through them. Now, I'm taking a heavier part. So I don't actually have that much left to curl on this side. So I'm just going to take kind of a wide section up. And when you have a good curling iron, you don't need to hold it on the hair for long at all. Actually, I think I took too much of that curl there. And I don't like to hold it on my ends for long at all, because that's how you end up with really dry split ends. See? Just a nice little curl at the end. Okay, making sure the other half of my hair is all forward on this side. I'm just gonna start from the back. Take a piece. Now this section's a bit heavier, obviously, because my part's on the other side. So I'm not taking as wide a sections. Because I'm getting quite a bit of hair in each curl here. I always curl back and away from the face, and I start at the mid point and I start curling it. I keep my thumb on the thumb press and I feed it through so that it's on the ends for a very, very short amount of time. There. Now with my bangs, sometimes I like to kind of just curl them back away from my face like so, because I like them to kind of swoop back in. I cannot stand hair in my face, which I don't know why I keep cutting myself bangs knowing that I don't like hair in my face. Okay, that's off. Lastly, ooh, you look handsome. Okay. I know, I'm done. I have issues with being on time. I totally deserve to be runched up. Okay. Little bit of hairspray. We are literally out the door. My last favorite thing to use is our shine spray. This was an OFY a while ago, which is something only our VIPs get with their flagship orders. And I sprayed into my hands and through the ends. And there you go. All done. Okay, I gotta scram. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.